Hello, this is Gregory the Poor Typist, and I have a pen-related video for you here. It's been a long time, and this package in particular has been sitting in a drawer for months, waiting for me to make this video. This video was actually inspired by the channel called Unsharpen. I don't know his real name, but he shows all kinds of pens, from low budget ballpoint pens to, fairly hard to find fountain pens, and everything in between. I highly recommend the channel, plus pencils and like mechanical pencils, that sort of thing. So a very, very good channel. I highly recommend it. But that's what inspired this. One thing he's known for is buying lots of pens, as in a group of pens, on eBay. Just kind of, gleaning what he can from the pictures on eBay, and just buying it and hoping for something worthwhile. So that's what I did with this, and I feel like I really lucked out with this one. Let's see, how many pens was it? Well, it's just described as a huge mixed vintage lot of pens, black and blue. And it was, with tax, I believe, it was $10.86, and I think shipping was included. So I regardless of what is in here, I feel like I got a really good deal. So let's see if I can do this without pins falling all over the place. Now, with these lots, you're going to end up with a lot of, these advertising pens. This one even has a broken clip on it. They can be interesting. Sometimes a step back in time, businesses that are long out of business. Yeah. So as you can see, this is truly a mixed lot. Okay, so I have them curled over there so you can see some writing here. Most of these I'm just going to do scribbles with. You have these that are for basically advertising medications. And, most of these are going to be pretty dry. That's not too bad, actually. I'll go through these unexceptional ones first. Just kind of, how does this one work? A twist one. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are probably going to be DOA, dead on arrival. Then you have stuff like here, the Papermate Dynagrip medium. And it's not these pens that, you buy these lots for. You're hoping, this one's kind of interesting. Pentel RSVP, fine. It looks like probably red ink. That writes beautifully right out of the, that's a keeper right there. That writes beautifully right out of the cap. It probably helps that it has a cap. Yeah, I like the look of that one, actually. So that one kind of makes it worth it. Oh, then you get stuff like this that are, I'm not even going to bother writing with these. Purely advertising. They're essentially like a big stick pen. Another medication one. Clicker. Again, pretty dry. We have a couple of these that are double-ended. Again, quite dry. Let's try the other end. So we have a couple of those. What do we have here? A wine company, it looks like, and that Ambassador. Oh, I'm not gonna pull it all the way out because when I first got this batch, it has like a scroll in there, and it was very, very difficult to get that back in. So, and that's not worth it. Trust me, it's just an ad. So, but yeah. Again, yeah, like almost all these are dry. This one coming a little unscrewed there. Ugh. Kind of gaudy and quite dry. You have something like this. It has kind of an interesting look to it. Most of these I won't bother. This, oh, is that Papermate with the 2 hearts? Can you see that? 2 hearts on the clip there. Oh yeah, Papermate. This one could be interesting. It looks nice. Oh, yeah. Right's decent. Maybe that's another keeper there. Ooh, this one looks actually very interesting. A Papermate Clear Point. 0.5. Yeah. This has the clicker right there. Oh, that starts writing immediately. Okay, a mechanical pencil. Here we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a keeper. Again, things like this, you know, not even gonna bother. This one's interesting. Is it a marker? Yeah, it's slightly dry. Probably not worth keeping. Here you have one of the higher end advertising pens with the printing with gold foil or gold ink on there. Twist to deploy. Yeah, that's quite dry. Oh, another medication pen here. Bic round stick. Ooh, this one's a little interesting. Again, an advertising pen. That has a big clicker. Very satisfying. I could play with that all day. And it moves the whole clip as well, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Let's try that one. Oh, yeah, not too bad. And again, these have been sitting in a drawer for a couple months. I never used any of these, so it's really new to me. And these companies are getting free advertising on my channel. Oh, let's see what else. Yeah, another medication. That could be a fuel the power. I don't know. It's another advertising pen, nevertheless. I kind of like the look of it. You have the translucent body there, and it's orange, but it's quite dry. Another one here. That one's interesting because the logo is actually raised. Yeah, you can make that out a little bit. That's pretty cool. I mean, they were spending a fair amount of money on these pens. I assume these were not like giveaways, but again, I mean, it's advertising pen. I probably wouldn't keep it. This one looks interesting. Another broken clip, but it is well, it says liquid espresso, medium point. I'm not seeing the. Oh, it's a Papermate. Papermate. Ooh. Okay. That one looks like maybe it was bleeding a little bit, but okay, that's an interesting one. That's a keeper, even though it has a broken clip. I believe that, and you can see the feed there, right there. Yeah, that I guess that's gel. Pretty nice. broken clip, but I think that's a keeper. And we have ones like this, chills. Sounds like a bar or something. And the whole end moves there, along with the clip. Quite dry. Wouldn't keep that anyway. Basically a Bic round stick with the logo. Here we have, ooh, that looks like blood. It looks like a vial of blood in there. Bic, oh, that's pretty cool. You can see, I don't know if you can see it move. Yeah, you can. That's pretty cool. There we go. That's, I don't really care for that style of tip. With my heavy writing, I always feel like I'm gonna break it. It's never happened, mind you, but that's my perception. But that's definitely a keeper. I mean, just being able to see the ink. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Another advertising pen. This one's kind of cool because it has the little bellows or accordion folds there. Those are kind of cool, but again, another advertising one for a realtor. Oh, that's here we go. Wounded Warrior Project. In my day job, I do some work with veterans, and so I'm familiar with the Wounded Warrior Project. Not sure if this probably won't even be worth giving out, but. Oh, one of these. My wife likes this kind of pen, so she might end up with this one, a Pilot Precise V5 extra fine rolling ball. Again, it has that kind of tip that I don't really care for, but ooh, a nice shade of blue though. It's very nice. So that's a keeper if nothing else but for her. Another advertising one. We saw that style already. We have this one that's still in the plastic. Again, an advertising pen. And nope, this is oh, the faux cap on it is the clicker. That's pretty cool. But again, it's, you know, it's an advertising pen. Let's see if it writes. A little bit, yep, a little bit, not great, but there you go. All right, now this one's interesting. It's triangular. Yes, another advertising pen. Promotional pen, if you will. I love triangular pens. It's like, why weren't they designed that way to begin with? I mean, you could just set it there. It's not going to roll away. It feels super nice in the hand. So I think it's like the perfect design. But anyway, that looks like it might be inky. Oh yeah, ooh. It's like gel maybe? All right, now we're down to the most interesting of the two, of the lot, I should say. Now, this originally, and it probably needs a new battery. It's a flashlight style pen, and it's a twist to deploy. Let's see if it still writes. Oh yeah, just getting started. It almost has a purplish ink. So this I'll probably see if I can get a refill and see if I can replace the battery in there. That could be interesting, and I like the look of it. It's a nice heavy pen, although it's heavy towards this end, because you know that's where the probably the battery is. I don't even know if there's a battery in there right now, but that goes beyond the scope of this video. So that's a keeper as well. But this is the pen that made it all worth it. So this is a cross, and I believe it's a cross century or a classic century. I'm not quite sure. And there's so many versions of this pen, and they range wildly in price from around the $30 mark to well over $100. They typically come in a set of two, a pen and a pencil, like a gift set. This is something you would have engraved, give it like a graduation present, that sort of thing. But this made the whole thing worth it. Yeah, so I'm going with the low end, and I'm going to call this a $30 value, particularly because it's by itself. But wow, a $30 pen plus all those other pens for 10 bucks. So I can see why Unsharpen likes getting these pen lots. And I feel like I really scored with this one. This is, it's much thinner. It's super thin, actually. It's much thinner than I care for. I like fat pens, but I will take it. You could tell just the way it twists. It's a nice firm twist. It's a heavy pen. Considering how thin it is, it's super heavy. It feels very nice in the hand. Yeah, so I was thrilled when I found this in the lot, and I was like, oh man, this made it all worth it. Did they even know this was in there? Did they know anything about it? Because you have all these like super cheap pens, and then you have this really nice one. So I don't know. Did it really just get thrown in there? Oh yeah, but let's see if I can do anything with this. Yeah, it started almost immediately. It's definitely the ballpoint. There's different versions of this. It comes in the ballpoint, which this is, the roller ball, and I believe even a fountain pen. I could be wrong about that. It took me a while to track down which model this was, and I'm still not. I know it's a classic, but I refuse to believe that this is one of the $100 versions. I fully suspect it's like a $30 version. Some of them have actual gold. I don't think that's actual gold on here. I would be surprised, and I don't know how I would go about telling if it's the real gold version, because if it was the real gold version, this would be worth a lot more. But yeah, it writes. Very cool. So I was super thrilled. I will definitely be getting more pen lots. Even if, you know, all the ones that I set aside, even if you don't take those into account, and then you have these that, you know, help the value. I mean, these alone I would have paid $10 for. But this cross century classic really made it worth it. So I can see why Unsharpen buys these lots, and it might be a bit of an addiction. The only problem is you end up with so many stinkers that, you know, do you just throw them out, which is kind of a shame, but I suppose if they're not working, you know, it would be okay to throw them out. And then others, maybe they're worth working on to get them working again, like this one here. That could be interesting, especially depending on what refill I can put in there. That could be very interesting. But yeah, anyway, I'm so glad I finally did this pen lot from eBay for 10 bucks, and I got a $30 pen, if not more. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. and I will see you next time.